Hello, beautiful yogis. Welcome to yoga class today. There's so much going on in the world right now. There's the coronavirus. Everybody's doing a lot of social isolation. There's no reason why we can't do yoga though. So luckily we're at home, so that's why we're making all these extra videos. If you have any requests, please let me know. I'm happy to accommodate. And this practice is going to be a continuation of the sunset one I did yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and continue down onto our bellies for some shoulder stretches. So we're going to go ahead and continue down on our bellies for some shoulder stretches. So let's go ahead and lay down. Bring your forearms parallel to the mat in a crocodile position and rest your forehead down onto your forearms. Come into your breath. So start to slow down your inhales and your exhales. Come into the room, be present. Relax your body. You can start to compress the back of your throat to create that ujjayi sound. Breathe in and out through the nose. Inhale for a count of 6. Hold. Exhale for a count of 6. Hold. Inhale for a count of 6. Hold. Exhale for a count of 6. Go ahead, bring your arms out like the letter T. Bring your forehead to the floor, your chin to the floor. Bring your left hand into the body and then roll over the right shoulder. Take your left foot, bend the knee, bring the foot behind the right knee. You can stop here. If you want to go further, bend both knees, place both feet down onto the floor. And then begin to straighten your legs. Roll back down onto your belly, and let's take the left arm long. Bring your right hand into the right shoulder, and begin to roll over the left side of your body. Take your right knee, bend the knee, place the foot behind the left, and then go ahead, drop your head down to the floor, or a block if you'd like. You have the option of bending the left knee. I lift my hips up just a little bit, swing them over to the left, just to find a comfortable position. So we want to feel sensation here, but never pain. So find the places where you feel it. You could back out of it at any point in time. You could always straighten one leg. You can roll forward a little bit. So just take your time and adjust accordingly. We'll gently go ahead and straighten both legs out. Roll down onto your belly once again. Come up into a Sphinx position. So place both forearms down onto the floor and press your hands into the ground. Inhale, pull the chest between the biceps. Let's go ahead, squeeze our legs together. So squeeze your inner thighs and our ankles tight together. Press the tops of the feet down into the floor. Keep pressing your forearms into the floor as you pull your chest forward. Smile. And then go ahead, relax your head down. Curl the toes under, find forearm plank. So lift the hips up off the mat. Engage your core, engage your quadriceps, your hamstrings. Press the floor away from you and bring your shoulders over your elbows. Breathe. So we're widening through the collarbone. Let's go ahead and rock and roll the hips. So drop the right hip down to the floor. Inhale to the center. Exhale, left hip to the floor. Inhale, center. Exhale, right hip. Inhale to the center. Exhale, left hip. Inhale to the center. Keep going. Right hip, center. Left hip, center. Right hip, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the center. Let's go ahead, lift your right foot up off the mat. Point your right toe to the back of the room. Bring your right knee all the way up into the right tricep. Lengthen it back. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Lengthen it back. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Lengthen it back. We got 2 more. Come up high on the left tippy toe. Right knee, right tri. Kick it back. Right knee, right tri. Kick it back. Lower the foot down to the floor. Inhale, lift your left foot up. Point your toe. Bring your left knee, left tri. Kick it back. You got 5. Exhale, left knee, left tri. Kick it back. Left knee, left tri. Kick it back. You've got 2 more. Left knee, left tri. Kick it back. Last one. Left knee, left tri. Kick it back. Find child's pose. Bring your knees apart. Feet together. Rest your head long. Walk your hands back just a little bit. Lift your right hand up towards the sky. Exhale, thread the needle all the way to the left side of the room. You can take your left hand, press it into the floor, pushing it away from you. Or you have the option of reaching your left hand in between your legs and hold your right ankle. So hold the top of the right ankle, palm face up. You can work on pushing your left shoulder closer to the floor. Let's go ahead, bring your left hand out, press your left hand into the floor. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, drop the right hand down to the floor. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. You can take your right hand, push the floor away from you, or you can go ahead, reach in between your legs, palm face up, hold your left ankle. Find your breath. Let's go ahead and bring your right hand down to the mat. Inhale, lift the left hand up towards the sky. Exhale, drop it down. Come up into a tabletop position. Begin to cat and cow your spine. Inhale, cow face. Exhale, cat posture. Inhale, cow face. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow face. Exhale, cat posture. Find a neutral spine, and let's come up high onto the left fingertips. Press the left toes away from you, curling the toes under. You can begin to lift the left leg up off the mat, so find your edge, roll the hip open. So start to stack the left hip on top of the right. Let's see if you can do this. You can press the top of the right foot down into the floor. Begin to grip the ground with your right hand with all 5 fingers. You can see I'm pressing the index finger knuckle and my thumb knuckle down into the ground. And then I'm also feeling the sensation between all 5 fingers. So I'm really gripping the ground, finding my little spider web hand. Inhale, lift the left arm up towards the sky. So this is a kneeling half moon. Open up through the chest, stack the left shoulder on top of the right. Maybe you gaze up at the back of the left hand. It's going to require a lot of balance. You can do it. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the left hand down to the floor. Draw the left knee back in. So back in the tabletop, kick the right foot towards the back of the room. Come up high in your right fingertips. Begin to roll the right hip open. Maybe you could start to go from 2 fingers, maybe 1 finger. Maybe you lift your hand up towards the ceiling. Press the knuckle of the left hand down into the floor. It's what's going to help anchor you. Press the top of the left foot down into the ground. Open up through the chest. Whew. Maybe you look at the back of the right hand. Find the breath. Let's hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently roll down. Whew. Let's go ahead, walk our hands forward, find our puppy dog position. Bring your hips directly over your knees. Stretch your arms long. You could have the forehead down to the floor or your chin. Take your pick. Let's go ahead, walk our hands towards the back of the mat. Put your hands underneath or at the back of your hips. So point your fingertips down towards the floor as if you're putting your hands in your pockets. Go ahead, reach your right hand out to the side and twist to the right side of the room. Drop your right hand down to the right heel. Lift your left arm up. Maybe you just bring it out to the side. Maybe you're able to open it all the way up to the back of the room. Find a back bend. Inhale, come all the way up and over. Cartwheel your arms to the left side of the room. Drop the left hand on the left heel. Maybe you find the side bend, keeping your right hand to the left side of the room, or maybe you open it all the way up, find the back bend. Reach your hand to the back of the room, push your hips forward. Let's come back. Let's do that again. Cartwheel your arms, reach your left arm all the way up and over. Find the back bend. Inhale, lift, cartwheel the arms up and over. Reach to the other side. Come on up. We got one more. Drop your right hand down. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Push the hips forward. Inhale, come on up. Cartwheel your arms up and over. Drop your left hand down. Reach your right hand to the back of the room. And then slowly come back up. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, come on down. Find your child's pose. Bring your knees together. Forehead down to the floor. And you can have your palm face up. And let's come back into our tabletop position. Curl your toes under, lift your hips up. Pedal the feet out left and right. Find your downward facing dog. So your feet are about hip distance apart. You're creating the inverted letter V with your body. You can gaze forward. Make sure your hands are about shoulder distance apart. So you're creating the number 11. And so you could see the number 11 with your hands and with your feet. Press your hands down into the floor so you can grip the ground with your fingertips as you press your knuckle down to the ground. Let's lift the right leg up, bend the knee, peel the hip open. Find some hip circles. If you want, you can go ahead, flip into your wild thing. So flip the right foot behind the left and reach your right arm all the way up overhead. Now you can stay here. If you want to go further, you're going to press the heels of the left hand into the floor, lift your fingertips off the mat, and come all the way around into a full wheel. You can play around with coming up on your tippy toes, straightening your legs. And then when you're ready, slowly come back into your three-legged dog. Right leg goes high to the sky. And we could drop the right leg down to the floor. So you could stop at any point. You could stop with your leg up, opening the hip. You could stop at the wild thing. Or if you want to do that added challenge, go ahead, flip all the way into full wheel. So lift the left leg high, bend the knee, peel the hip open. Find your circles. You could change directions if you'd like. Option to flip the dog. So step the left foot behind the right. You can straighten your right leg and reach your left hand to the back of the room. Now, you can stay here. If you want to go further, lift the fingertips off the floor. You spin on the heel of the right hand. Find your full wheel. And when you're ready, slowly come on out of it. Lift the left leg high to the sky. Drop it down to the floor. Whew. Come up high on your tippy toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, walk or jump to the top of the mat. Find your forward fold. Let's go ahead, bring your feet hip distance apart, soften the knees, and wrap your arms behind the calves. So see if you can get your elbows to touch, or your fingers to touch your elbows behind the calves. And go ahead and lengthen the legs long. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Look straight down at the floor as you reach the crown of the head towards the front of the room. Shift the weight into the balls of the feet. Exhale, fold all the way down to the floor. Inhale, root to rise. Bring your arms all the way out and up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands in the heart center. Samastitihi. So press the shoulders down and back so you could even lift them up and kind of circle them down and back. Hug the belly in. Find a neutral pelvis, so we don't want to be back bending too much or tilting your pelvis in too much, but rather find a neutral spine. So you lift through your heart center. Press the feet down through all four corners of the feet as you lift through the arches of the feet. And then just breathe, smile. If you have an intention for your practice, now's a good time to go ahead and set it. Close your eyes for just a moment. Inhale, bring your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down towards the floor. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step it back, plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, come on down, chaturanga, low plank. Uncurl the toes and lift upward facing dog. Bring your shoulders over the wrists. Lift through the heart. Press your hands and the tops of the feet down into the mat. Lift the thighs up off the mat. Hug the belly in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high to the sky. Inhale, lift the right leg up tall towards the ceiling. Exhale, round the spine, step the foot between the hands. Drop the left knee down onto the floor. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. Hook your thumbs, spread your fingers wide. And lift your arms up tall towards the ceiling. Press your hips forward and down. Lift your heart up and back. Go ahead and take your arms. Reach it out to the right side of the room. Roll the left shoulder open. Come back to center. Release your hands down to the floor. Curl the left toes under. Lift the left knee up off the mat. Go ahead, kick it forward. Find your standing splits. So drop your hands down to the floor. This first one, we're really just stretching, so focus on rolling the left hip down to the floor. Whew. Lift the left leg up towards the sky. Breathe. Soften the right knee, step back, pyramid pose. Shift the weight forward into the right leg. In order to square off your hips, your feet are about 3 feet apart. Make sure your feet are parallel like a railroad track or skis. Inhale, half lift with a flat back. This is a great posture for blocks, so if you have them, please go ahead and use them. I didn't bring the second one, but anyways, this is a great posture for your blocks. So inhale, tall spine, exhale, fold. One more, inhale, tall spine. Exhale, fold. Let's go ahead, walk our hands out to the middle of the room. So we can toe heel the left toe towards the back of the mat. Find a wide leg fold. Pigeon toe their toes so that the toes go in, the heels go out. Inhale, find a half lift. Press the left hand down into the floor. Inhale, lift your right arm up towards the sky. Lower your hand down to the floor. Inhale, lift. Left hand comes up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands all the way in between your legs towards the opposite end of the room. So go ahead, you can bend your elbows, grip the floor, pull your chest in between the thighs, lift the sit bones up tall towards the ceiling. You can walk your hands all the way to the back of the mat. Drop the left knee down onto the floor. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. Hook your thumbs, lift your heart. Press your hips forward and down, and go ahead, bend to the left side of the mat. Look over the left bicep, roll the left shoulder open. Release your hands down to the floor. Curl the right toes under, lift the right knee up off the mat. Begin to shift forward, coming into a standing splits towards the back of the room. Lift the right leg up. So you want to roll the right hip down and then go ahead and lift from there. You can let your head hang heavy. And then step the right foot back into a pyramid posture so your feet are 3 feet apart. Parallel them like skis. Inhale, lift through the chest. Square off your hips to shift the weight into the left leg. Bend the left knee if you need to. So inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. One more. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We'll walk our hands back into the center of the mat. This time, instead of doing the wide leg fold, let's do goddess squat. So heels in, toes out, bend the knees a lot, and we could slowly roll on up. Bring your arms all the way out and up overhead. Keep the knees soft or bent, and then bend to the side. Bring your right elbow to the right knee. Reach your left arm all the way up and overhead. Gaze under the left bicep. Inhale, bring your arms up and over. Cartwheel them down, left elbow to the left knee. Reach your right arm up and overhead. Inhale, bring both arms up overhead. Let's come up into a standing position. Let's take our right arm behind the back body. Take the left arm, reach in between your shoulder blades. Take your left arm, reach it behind the back. So we're going to go ahead, find your Gomukhasana arms. So if you can reach, go ahead and try to get your hands to find the bind. If you can't quite reach, if you have a shirt, you can go ahead and grab your shirt, or you can use a strap. So coming back into your goddess position, press your head into your right tricep in order to help stretch the tricep a little bit further. Bend your knees a lot. Come back into your goddess position. Hug the belly in, hinge at the hips. Bring your torso parallel to the floor. Drive your hips to the back of the room and breathe. So stay lifted through the heart. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Slowly come on up, round the spine, and come on up, one vertebrae at a time. We could go ahead, work the other side. So take your left hand, reach it in between the scapula, pointing your fingers towards the floor. Take your right hand, point the thumb to the floor, bend the elbow, and then find the bind. So you might have one side that's more flexible than the other. That's normal. If you need a strap, go ahead and get the strap or grab your shirt. Lift through the chest, bend your knees a lot. Hinge at the hips, bring your chest parallel to the floor with a flat back. Drive your hips to the back of the room. Keep your hips in alignment with your knees, bringing that, finding that 90-degree angle. Breathe. Round the spine. Slowly come up, one vertebrae at a time. Release your arms down. Inhale, bring your arms all the way out and up overhead. Exhale with a flat back. Swan dive down towards the floor. Spin the heels out, toes in, lift through the chest. Walk your hands all the way to the front or to the side of the room, finding a wide leg down dog. Slowly walk your hands back to the front of the room. spin to the front of the room. Plant your left hand down. Inhale, lift your right arm up towards the sky. Lower your hand down to the floor. Walk your hands all the way up and over to the back of the room. Plant your right hand down. Inhale, lift, left hand up towards the sky. Walk your hands down to the room, to the floor. Walk your hands all the way back to the front of the mat. Hands frame the foot. Step the foot back. Let's go ahead, take a flow. Inhale, plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your hips high to the sky. Let's just take a moment to reset and breathe. If you want to drop down to child's pose, you can always do so now. So we're going to stay here 5 breaths. Come up high on the toes, bend the knees, loop between the hands, walk or jump to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Take your hands, wrap them behind the calves. Bring your hands onto your elbows. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, half lift, find the flat back. Reach the crown of the head towards the top of the room. Let's go ahead and bring your arms towards the front of the room. Find the extra challenge. Engage your core, strong moment, find the flat back, lift through your heart. Draw your arms to the back of the room. Point your palm face down towards the floor. Inhale, lift your arms towards the front of the room. Exhale to the back of the room. Last one, inhale to the front of the room. Exhale, fold down to the floor. Inhale, root to rise. Bring your arms all the way out and up overhead. Gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands in the heart center. Samastitihi. Breathe. You could close your eyes for just a moment. Overhead, gaze up. Exhale, swan dive down towards the floor. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, and you can walk back or jump back into a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips high to the sky. Let's go ahead, drop down onto our forearms. Find your dolphin position. You can walk your feet in. Go ahead, lift your right leg up tall towards the sky. And then lower the right foot down. Inhale, lift, left foot up. Press the forearms down into the floor. And then slowly lower the left foot down to the ground. Press your hands into the floor. Inhale, push up to a downward facing dog. Exhale, dolphin. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, lower down dolphin. Inhale, lift. Dolphin. Okay, let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Let's go ahead, drop down into dolphin. Whew. Let's go ahead, straighten your right hand. Maybe lift your left leg up off the mat. Come up high in the right fingertips. Press the left forearm down into the mat. Maybe you're able to come up to 2 fingers on the left or the right hand. Maybe you're able to go to 1 finger. Maybe you're able to reach the right hand forward. Hug the belly in. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back into your dolphin position. Drop your hand in your foot. Bird dog on the other side. Go ahead and lift the right leg up. You can flex or point the foot. Straighten your left hand. Maybe you stop here. This is the stopping point. If you're able to lean into the right forearm, go ahead, lift your left hand off the mat. Hold it here. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the left forearm down to the mat. Drop it down, child's pose. Bring your knees apart, feet together. Rest your head down to the mat. Let's go ahead, find your downward facing dog, curl the toes under, lift the hips up high to the sky. Inhale, lift right leg goes high. Exhale, step it between the hands. Find your crescent position, a runner's lunge. So go ahead and come up high in the fingertips. Inhale, lift your arms up tall towards the sky. Now we're in a crescent. Let's bring our arms down and back, palm face down. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Reach your arms up tall towards the sky. Exhale, bring your torso to a 45-degree angle, palm face down. Inhale, lift it up. This time, two with the palm face up. So, lightning crescent, palm face up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lightning crescent, palm face up. Hold it here. Imagine you're lifting, a ceiling up off the roof. And then inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. Tap the left knee down onto the floor. Inhale, straighten it up. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, straighten it up. Let's do one more. Hold it at the bottom. Tap it down. Hold. Hover it off the floor. Maybe add some baby bounces for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back into your runner's lunge. Release your hands down to the floor. Walk your hands all the way back towards the middle of the mat. Whew. Let's find our half lift. Let's take our hands to the outside edges of the mat. Exhale, fold. Bend your elbows, bring your forearms to touch your shins. Push the weight forward into your toes, lift the hips up tall towards the ceiling. Bring your collarbone down to the floor, your forehead towards the floor. We're working on straight legs and a straight spine. Use your arms to pull your chest further on down towards the floor. And then we'll go walk your hands towards the back of the room. Runner's lunge at the back of the room. Come up high on your fingertips. Inhale, lift. Come up into your crescent lunge. Lift your arms up tall towards the sky. Lightning crescent. So bring your torso to a 45-degree angle. Palm face down. Draw your hands to the back of the room. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, 45-degree angle. Lightning crescent. Draw your arms down and back. Palm face down. Inhale, lift it up. 2 with the palm face up. So draw the palms to the back of the room. Lift through the chest. Lightning crescent. Inhale, lift it back up towards the sky. One more. Exhale, draw the arms, 45-degree angle, palm face up, lightning crescent. Inhale, lift the arms back up towards the sky. Exhale, tap the right knee down onto the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap the right knee down. Inhale, lift. Last one, tap the right knee down, hold it here. Maybe we could find some gentle bouncing. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the right leg. Lower your hands down to the floor. Walk your hands all the way up and over. Find the wide leg fold. Toes in, heels out. Take your hands behind the back body. Interlace all 10 fingers. Reach your arms all the way up and over. Maybe you get your arms parallel to the floor one day. And then release your hands down to the floor. Walk your hands all the way up to the top of the mat. Step it back. Let's take a flow. Inhale, plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop down to a dolphin. So forearms are parallel. They're about shoulder distance apart. Press your forearms down into the floor. Inhale, shift it forward. Bring your nose to come close to the fingertips. So you're shifting it forward a lot. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. You can do it. Hang in there. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Let's do 10 of them. We got 10. Exhale, back. You can go faster. 9. Exhale, back. 8. Exhale, back. 7. Exhale, back. 6. And back. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Dolphin position. Walk your feet in a little bit. Lift your right foot up off the mat. Drop your right foot down. Inhale, lift. Left foot comes up high. Drop it down. Whew. Child's pose. Knees apart. Feet together. Stretch the arms long. Working on some strength. Let's go ahead, find your downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up tall towards the sky. Let's go ahead and lift your right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, step the foot between the hands, find your crescent position. Inhale, lift the arms up tall towards the sky. Kick the left heel to the back of the room. Revolved crescent. Take your left hand forward, right hand back. Find the back bend. Drop your right hand down, lift the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, revolved crescent prayer twist. So bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Bring your hands into prayer. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Release your hands down to the floor. Come into Skandasana at the back of the room. Bend the left knee, come up high in the left tippy toes. Press your right heel down into the mat. Come up high in your fingertips. Maybe you bring your hands in heart center. Smile. Let's go ahead, find a revolved crescent prayer twist once again. So come back. Crescent prayer twist. Shift all the way back into it. And then inhale, cartwheel the arms open, warrior two. So bend through the right knee a lot, bringing your knee over the ankle. Push the knee back towards the pinky edge of the toe as you stretch your arms long. Gaze over the middle finger. Flip the left hand up towards the ceiling, reverse warrior. Bring your right hand all the way up and overhead. Gaze under the right bicep as you drop the left hand down. Breathe into the right side ribs, expanding the intercostals. Straighten the right leg, tip the left hip to the back of the room, reach your right hand all the way to the front. Drop your hand down to the shin or to the outside of the right ankle. Lift your left hand up tall towards the ceiling. Maybe gaze up towards the left hand, shorten the left side waist as you lengthen through the right. Gaze down at the right toe, half moon position. This is a great place to use a block, so if you need one, take it to the outside of the pinky toe and then shift your block forward about a foot. Go ahead, kick up off the left foot, half moon. Roll the left hip open. So your drishti or your gaze is going to make the pose a lot more challenging. So find a spot on the floor. That's going to be level 1. Level 2, look at the side of the room. Level 3, gaze up at the back of the hand. So you have an option if you want to go into Chapasana. Go ahead and bend the left knee. Reach your right hand or your left hand down. Catch the inside of the left foot. Palm face up. Go ahead, kick your foot into the hand. Open up through the front side of your body. Go ahead, gently release your left foot. Soften the right knee. Step back, find warrior two once again. Extend the arms in opposition. Skandasana to the back of the room. Come up high in the left tippy toe. Press the right heel down into the floor. Reach your right hand behind the back body. Find the back bend. Roll onto the blade of the right foot. Lift your hips up tall. Exhale, slowly come back. And then we'll kick back into your warrior two. Bend the right knee. Warrior two position. Cartwheel the arms down to the floor. Step it back. Let's take a flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips high to the sky. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step it between the hands. Crescent position. Other side. Inhale, lift your arms up tall. Let's bring the right hand forward, left hand back. Revolve the crescent. Drop your left hand down. Inhale, lift your right arm all the way up towards the sky. Revolved crescent prayer twist. Bring your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Bring your hands into the middle of the sternum. Skandasana to the back of the mat. So come on up, come all the way to the back of the mat, Skandasana. Bring your hands in prayer, press the left foot down into the floor. Press your left heel down into the floor a lot. Strong moment. Shift all the way back into that revolved crescent prayer twist. Once again, bring your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Gaze up towards the sky. Press your left foot down into the floor. Cartwheel the arms all the way up and over. Find your warrior two. Drop the right heel down onto the floor. Straighten your left leg a lot. Find your triangle, so tip the right hip to the back of the room. Extend the left hand towards the front. Drop it down to the shin or to the outside of the left ankle. Go ahead and reach your right hand up tall towards the sky. Knit your right side ribs in as you lengthen through the left side waist. Half moon. Gaze down at the floor if you want the block. Find your block. Go ahead. Take it to the outside of the left pinky. Hop the right foot forward and bring your block about a foot in front of the left foot. So you can have your hand down onto the block. Roll the right hip open. Again, find a spot on the floor if you're really struggling with balancing positions. That will help a lot. Flex the right foot, kicking the heel, spread through the toes. If you want to make your challenge a little bit harder, look at the side of the room or look up towards the ceiling. Open up through the chest. If you want that optional Chapasana, bend your right knee and then catch the inside of the right foot. Palm face up. Kick your foot into the hand into the foot as you open up through the front side of your body. Find your breath. Maybe you gaze back down at the floor. And then gently release the foot. Soften the left knee. Come back into warrior two. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Reach your left hand behind the back body. Roll onto the blade of the left foot. Inhale, lift your hips up tall towards the sky. Find your modified wild thing. Come all the way back towards the center of the room. See if you could find your Skandasana once again. So bring your hands into the center. Hands in the heart center. Maybe you lift your hips up off the heel. Just a moment, and then press back into your warrior two position. Stretch your arms long, and then cartwheel your arms down to the floor. Step it back, plank position. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, hips high to the sky. Ready for some arm work? Let's go ahead, come back down into your dolphin position. So press your forearms down into the floor. Press your hands down into the floor a lot. Inhale, lift, downward facing dog. Exhale, come on down, dolphin position. Shift it forward, bring your forehead to the front of the mat, nose towards the fingertips. Exhale, push back in your dolphin. Let's go ahead, straighten your arms out, downward facing dog. Lower the elbows down, shift it forward. Nose touches the fingertips, push it back. Downward facing dog. Drop your forearms, shift it forward, push it back. Downward facing dog. Drop your forearms, shift it forward, push it back. Down dog. Keep going. We've got 5. Push it back. Down dog. Drop your forearms, shift it forward. Down dog. Drop your forearms, shift it forward, push it back. Down dog. Forearms, shift it forward, push back. Down dog. You got 2 more. Drop your forearms, shift it forward, push it back. Down dog. Last one. Drop your forearms, shift it forward, push it back. Down dog. Child's pose. Knees wide. Feet together. Relax. So go ahead, curl the toes under, find your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot up tall towards the sky. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Crescent position. Inhale, lift your arms up tall towards the sky. Let's come up high on the right tippy toe. So you're up high on both tippy toes. Straighten the right leg, drop your hands down. Inhale, bend the knees, reach your arms up towards the sky. Drop the heel, drop the arms down. Let's go ahead. We've got 5. Drop the arms, drop the heel. Inhale, lift the heel. Drop the arms, exhale, 4. Tippy toe, bend the knee. 3, drop it down. Inhale, lift. Drop it down, 2. Last one, inhale, lift, hold it here. And then drop it down. Find your crescent position. Drop the left heel down to the floor. Warrior 2. Stretch your arms in opposition. Reach your left arm or right arm all the way up and over, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Bring your right hand all the way to the inside of the right foot. Lift the left arm up tall towards the ceiling. Press your right hand down into the floor a lot. Go ahead, start to lift the right foot up off the mat. Press your right knee into the right tricep. Kick your right foot towards the side of the room. Extended side plank. Release your left hand down to the floor, finding your right leg is still in the extended side plank. 3 push-ups. Exhale, push down. Inhale, push it up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, push it up. Last one, exhale, drop it down. Inhale, push it up. Lift your right leg all the way up tall towards the sky. Exhale, step it down towards the floor. Let's lift the left leg high. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, step it between the hands. Crescent position. Inhale, lift your arms up tall towards the sky. Come up high in your left tippy toes. Bend into the left knee a lot. Let's go ahead, drop the heel, straighten the leg, drop the hands. Bend the knee, reach your arms up, come up high on the tippy toe. Exhale down. Inhale, lift, come up high on the tippy toe. Let's go, we have 5 of those. Exhale, drop it down. So let's begin. Inhale, lift the heel, 5. Exhale, drop the heel, drop the arms. Come on up, 4. Straighten the leg. Crescent position, 3. Straighten the leg. Crescent position, 2. Straighten the leg. Last one, crescent position. High on that right or the left tippy toe, you can do it. And then straighten the leg, drop the arms. Cartwheel the arms open. Warrior 2 position. Bend into the left knee a lot. Bring your left knee over the left ankle as you push your knee back towards the pinky edges of the toe. Extend your arms long. Lift the left arm up towards the ceiling, reverse warrior. Fan out your left side ribs. Cartwheel the left hand down to the inside of the left foot. Side angle. Begin to press your left hand down into the floor a lot. Lift the left foot up off the mat. Point the left toe towards the back of the room. Hold it here. Moving into extended side plank, so kick the left foot out to the side of the room. Lift through the hips. Open through the heart. Drop your right hand down to the floor. Come up high in your right tippy toes. You can pull the left leg back a little bit if you need to. Exhale, push it up. Or push up, chaturanga. Inhale, push up. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, push up. Last one, exhale, low plank. Inhale, push up. Take your left leg high to the sky. And drop it down towards the floor. Whee! This is so much fun. Inhale, lift the right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, bring your right knee to the left tricep. Inhale, lift it back up to the sky. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, lift it back up to the sky. Exhale, right knee, right tricep, kick it out to the side of the room, extended side plank, roll onto the inside edge of the left foot. See if you could take your left hand to the outside of the right foot and lift it up off the mat. You have the option to stay here, or you could bend the right knee, yogi toe lock the right toe with the left hand. Maybe you could extend the leg all the way up overhead. Let's go ahead, bring it back out to the extended side plank. Plant the outside edge of the right foot down onto the mat. Square off your hips, reach your left hand towards the front of the room. So maybe you pull the right foot in just a little bit. Press the right hand and the right foot down into the floor. Exhale, bring your left knee and your left elbow to touch. Inhale, open it all the way back up. Inhale, lift. Square it off. Bring your left knee, left elbow to touch. Inhale, lengthen. Let's do that one last time. Square it off. Elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Whew. Let's do one more. Square off the hips. Bring your elbow to knee. Step your foot in front of the right foot. Crisscross fold, so straighten the left leg. You could hop your right foot in just a little bit if you need to. Let your head hang heavy down towards the mat. Inhale, lift, half lift. Bring your hands into heart center. Take your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Look over the left shoulder. Release your hands down to the mat. Come into pyramid. Swing the right foot all the way out to the right side of the mat. Inhale, half lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold over the left knee. Square off the hips. You can let your head hang heavy. Shift the weight into the left foot. Soften the left knee if you need to. So we're going to come into a little bit of a funky move. Bend the right knee a lot. Lift the right heel off the mat. Reach your left hand in between the legs. Hold your heel with the left hand. Maybe you go ahead and take your right hand on top of the head. Press your right heel down towards the floor. So you have your right hand on the back of the head, left hand on the heel of the right foot. Slowly release your hands down to the floor. Let's come into a runner's lunge. Inhale, lift, come on up. High crescent position. Let's go ahead and open it up. Warrior two. So cartwheel the arms open. You could take a wider stance if you need to. Your feet are about heel to heel or heel to arch alignment as you stretch your arms in opposition. Melt the shoulders down the back. Lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, side angle. Cartwheel the left hand down to the inside of the left foot. Reach the right arm all the way up overhead. Go ahead, lift the left foot up off the mat. Bring the heel in towards your glute. Maybe gaze off to the side of the room. Extend your leg out to the side of the room. Press your foot down into the floor, coming into extended side plank. Reach your arm up towards the sky. Draw your left foot in just a little bit and bring your hand to your toe. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, hand to toe. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, hand to toe. Inhale, lift. Plant your right hand down. Inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Whew. Drop your foot down to the floor. Let's work the other side. Inhale, lift, left leg, bring it back up to the sky. Exhale, left knee, left try. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, left knee, left try. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, left knee, left try. Hold it here. Kick your leg out to the side of the room. Extended side plank. Inhale, lift your right hand up towards the sky. See if you can reach around. Hold the outside edge of the left foot. Kick your foot towards the side of the room. You could stay here. Or if you want, you could bend the left knee, yogi toe lock the left toe, and then go ahead, kick your left foot all the way up overhead. Gaze underneath the right bicep. Maybe look up towards the ceiling. Slowly bring your foot back into that extended side plank. Square off the hips. Reach towards the front of the room. Elbow to knee. Inhale, open it up. One more. Square off the hips. Elbow to knee. Inhale, open it up. Let's do one last one. Right elbow to the right knee. This time step the right foot in front of the left for the crisscross fold. So square off the hips. Bring your right elbow to the right knee. Step it in front of the left. Step your feet down. Adjust your feet for the crisscross fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, bring your left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Release your hands down to the floor. Step the left foot off to the left side of the mat. Pyramid position. Lift through the chest. Square off the hips. Shift the weight forward in the right foot. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Coming into that funky pyramid. So bend the left knee a lot. Come up high on the left tippy toe. Reach your right hand in between the legs. Hold the left heel. Go ahead and bring your left hand on top of the back of the head near the occiput. And you can work on straightening the right knee. Maybe you work on straightening the left as well. You can just play around with that. Release your hands down to the floor. Let's come into a runner's lunge. So hop the foot towards the back of the room. Inhale, lift, crescent pose. So come on up. Reach your arms up tall towards the sky. Cartwheel the arms open. Open it up to warrior two. Square off the hips. Reach your right hand towards the front of the room. Flip the right palm up towards the ceiling. Reverse warrior. Cartwheel your arms all the way up and over. And then bring your right hand down to the inside of the right foot, side angle. Press your right hand down into the floor a lot. Strong moment here. Go ahead, lift your right foot up off the mat. Press your right knee into the right tricep. Kick your right foot all the way out to the side of the room. Extended side plank. Bring your right foot in just a little bit, lift it off the mat, and tap your hand in your foot. So you got 3, 2, 1, kick it back. Three-legged dog. Drop your foot down to the floor. Let's go ahead and do some abdominals. So we could go ahead, crisscross the legs. You could come into a boat position at the top of the mat. Now I'm going to turn sideways just so you could see me a little bit better. So go ahead, find your boat position. You could bend the knees, lift through the heart. If you're able to straighten the legs, go ahead. For me, it really just depends on how flexible I am or how stretched out I am. Exhale, come on down, find your low boat. Reach your hands towards the front of the room. Go ahead and find some rope pulls. So bring your right hand to the front, then left, alternating left and right. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your knees into your chest, boat position. Inhale, go long, arms up overhead. Exhale, knees into the chest. You can do it. Inhale, lift, arms up overhead. Exhale, knees into your chest. Inhale, lengthen, arms up overhead. Exhale, knees into the chest. Let's do 5 more. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, knees into the chest. We've got 5. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knees into the chest. 4. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knees into the chest. 3. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knees into the chest. 2. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knees into the chest. 1. Hold it down, low boat. Reach your hands forward. 5 more rope pulls. So 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, left side, and down. Woo! Those are tough. Let's go ahead and lift our legs straight up towards the ceiling. Let's drop our legs 1/3. Drop your legs 1 more third. Lift your head up off the mat. Drop your feet 2 inches off the floor. Go ahead, bring them back up with control. Drop your legs 1/3. 1 more third. 2 inches off the floor. Go ahead, bring them back up with control. Go ahead, drop them down 1/3. 1 more third. 2 inches off the floor. Reach your arms up overhead. Find the 5-point star. Open up your arms and legs. Bring them back together. We got 5 of those. For 5, inhale together. 4, inhale together. 3, inhale together. 2, inhale together. Last one. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourselves a big hug. Thank yourselves for all your hard work. You did it. And then let's rock forward. So let's find a reverse table. Lift your hips all the way up towards the ceiling. Point your fingers towards the front of the room. And then glide your hips back. Point your toes towards the ceiling. Lift your hip off the floor. Inhale, come on up. Reverse table. Exhale, glide it back. Hips up off the floor. Inhale, lift. You have 3 more. Exhale, glide it back. Inhale, lift. 2 more. Exhale, glide it back. Inhale, lift it up. Last one. Exhale, glide it back. And then slowly lower down towards the floor. Whew. Let's go ahead, come into one more downward facing dog. I want to finish it off with our dolphin position with our arm work that we were doing earlier. So let's go ahead, drop down to your forearms. Shift your nose to your fingertips. Push it back. Find your down dog. Drop it down. Shift your head to the front, to the back. Down dog. Drop your forearms to the front, to the back. Down dog. Drop the forearms. Shift it forward. Push it back. Down dog. Let's do 5 more. Drop it. Push forward. Back. Down dog. 5. Drop it. Push forward. Push back. Down dog. 4. Drop it. Push forward, push back, down dog. 3. Drop your elbows, shift forward, push back, down dog. Last one. Forearms, shift it forward, shift it back, down dog. Whew. Okay, drop down to your forearms, hang out here. Find your dolphin position. Walk your feet in. Inhale, lift your right leg up tall towards the sky. Drop your foot down to the floor. Inhale, lift. Left foot goes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, drop it down. Knees go wide. Bring your heels together. Drop your hips to your heels. If you have any inversions that you want to do before class is over, maybe do a headstand. Maybe do a tripod headstand. You could do with your hands interlaced, Sirsasana. You could bring your hands down, or forearms to the floor. Maybe you want to try your Pinchicha Mayurasana. So press your hands down into the floor. Find your dolphin position. Walk your feet in a lot. Come up high lift your left leg up. Come up high on the right tippy toes. Maybe you start to hop it up. And then slowly come on down. Child's pose. Stretch your arms long. So just demonstrating that it's still hard for me. I'm still working all the time, just the same as you. But little by little we get there. Let's go ahead and find our downward facing dog. Hips up to the sky. Let's find our pigeon. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bring your right knee all the way to the outside of the right wrist. Lift through the heart. Bring your front leg to a 45-degree angle. Exhale, melt all the way down to the floor. Rest your forehead down onto the ground. If you want to go a bit deeper, take your left hand, reach it up, and thread it underneath the body. Slowly walk your hands back. If you want to go ahead and add in the quad stretch, you could reach your left hand around, grab the left foot. Maybe you turn your fingertips towards the front of the room, bring your heel into your glutes, lift through your chest. So you can stop here if you want to go further. Maybe you want to take your foot into the elbow. You can stop there. Maybe you reach your right hand towards the front of the room. So these are all different stopping points. You can experiment. Maybe you bring your hands behind the head, interlace all 10 fingers, or interlace your fingers as best as you can. Find the bind. Keep pushing your head back into the arm to push the arm open, opening up through the chest. And then gently release down. If you wanted to do the full king pigeon, you would take your left hand, reach palm face up towards the ceiling. Find the ball of your foot. So you have to be able to find the foot there, and then you're going to slowly roll your left shoulder open or left elbow up towards the ceiling, and then reach your right arm back. And then when you're ready, slowly come on out of it. Whew, that's hard for me, y'all. Go ahead, find your downward facing dog. If you want to do a flow in between sides, go for it. So inhale, shift it forward, plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips high to the sky. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, bring your left knee to the outside of the left hand, all the way to the left edge of the mat. Extend your right leg long. Inhale, lift through your heart center. And then you can walk your hands forward. If you want to add in the optional thread the right hand through, go for it. So lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread it through. Now you don't have to do that, but it's optional. Otherwise, just rest your forehead onto your forearms. Slowly walk your hands back up. You can reach your right hand around behind you, catch your foot. Take your fingertips, point them towards the ceiling, and then hook your big toe in between your thumb and your index finger. And then you could spin your hand towards the front of the room, pointing your fingers towards the front. Lift up through the chest. You can stop here. I'm going to give you all these little stopping points. Maybe you reach your right elbow into the right foot, and you could stop here. Maybe you lift your left hand up towards the ceiling. If you want to go for the bind, go ahead, reach your left hand behind the head, find the hook with your fingers, and then lift through your heart. Press your weight down into the left shin and push your head back into the triceps. Smile. Whew. Slowly release. If you want to do the king pigeon, we'll do it the same way. So you can't go for the foot from the inside of the foot. You have to reach from the outside of the foot with your palm face up. Find the ball of your foot. Begin to roll forward, lift your right elbow up towards the ceiling. And then you can reach back with the left hand. Sit up high on your left hip. And slowly come on out of it. Whew. Work. Okay, go ahead, step back. Find your downward facing dog. Let's take one more flow. Whew. Inhale, shift it forward, plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Let's jump through. Find a Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So before we go there, actually, let's find our Dandasana. So sit up tall. You can move the flesh out of the way from your sit bones. Press your hands down into the floor with a nice tall spine. And then inhale, lift your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, fold down towards the feet. So inhale, find the flat back. You can have your hands on your shins. If you can't quite catch your toes, it's okay. Exhale, forehead down towards your knees. Slowly come on up. Let's come into a wide leg fold. So open the legs up wide. Inhale, sit up tall. Press the heels down into the floor, moving into a side bend. So bring your right elbow or right hand, reach it towards the left side of the mat. And then maybe you reach your left hand all the way up and over. See if you can either put your left hand rested on your head, or you can try to find the outside edge of your right foot. Keep walking your hand forward towards the center of the room. Try to hook your right shoulder in front of the right knee, and then look under the left bicep up towards the ceiling. So keep rolling it open. Try to root the left sit bone down onto the floor. It wants to pop up. Smile. Feel the left side ribs opening. And then slowly cartwheel your arms all the way up and over. Whew. Let's go ahead, take the left hand, reach it under towards the right leg. Maybe drop down to your forearm. And then you can reach your right hand up and overhead. You can maybe hold your head. If you want to go further, look for your foot. Try to grab the outside edge of the left foot. Walk your left hand towards the front of the room. Hook your shoulder in front of the left knee. Keep rolling the right shoulder open up towards the ceiling. And then actively think about pressing the right hip down towards the floor. Breathe. Slowly come on out of it. Whew. Let's go ahead, inhale, bring your arms up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, walk your hands all the way down towards the floor. Resting all the way down to the ground. Maybe to your arms, turn your face. Just breathe. Slowly bring your hands back into the center line. We could bring our feet together. Roll all the way down onto your backs. Windshield wiper the legs left and right. Let's go ahead and come into a fetal position. So roll to the right side of the mat. Interlace your hands behind the head. So you're laying on the right shoulder. And then go ahead, open up the left elbow out to the side of the room. This is called stargazer, so it's just opening up through the chest. A little bit different of a supine twist. And slowly come back into your fetal position. You can roll onto your back. And let's move over into the fetal position on the other side. So interlace your fingers behind the head. Bring your knees so that the knees are in line with the hips. So you're creating a 90-degree angle. And then gently open up the right elbow out to the side of the room, opening up through the chest, stargazer on the other side. We'll gently roll closed back into our fetal position, and then gently roll all the way down onto your backs. Let's raise our arms up overhead. Point your toes towards the front of the room. Exhale, give your knees, bring them into the chest. Give yourselves a big hug, wind removing pose. You can rock it side to side, massaging the back. Inhale, lengthen the arms and the legs up overhead. Exhale, draw your knees into the chest. Give yourselves a big hug. You're almost done. One more. Inhale, lengthen your arms and your legs. And then exhale, you can open up your knees or your feet a little bit. Let your feet flop open, palm face up, and just come into your final Savasana. Breathe. Thank you for doing yoga with me today. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for spending time working on yourselves. In my opinion, it's one of the best investments that you can make. Find the softness in the body. Relax your eyebrows, relax your face, your shoulders, your arms, legs. Just be.